Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are talking about acid reflux and indigestion. ExpressCare's Dr. Jitka Lom joins us in studio and is going to answer some of our viewer questions now to make sure we all make it through the holidays without all these problems. So our first question is, can drinking too much alcohol and smoking be a cause of my indigestion?
It definitely could, and then it could also be a cause of your esophageal or stomach cancer. So that's where we really want to cut back on the alcohol to a safe amount, which is by national guidelines 2 drinks per day, maybe 4 on the weekend, and cutting it off at that and making yourself drink water instead. As far as the cigarettes, they're never healthy. So many reasons why, but one reason is because you just aren't oxygenating your body. So when your body's trying to heal a sore in your stomach or esophagus, it just can't do it.
And by 2 drinks a day, you mean not 2 bottles of wine a day, right?
No, I mean two drinks.
All right. Sometimes I don't have much time to eat, so I practically inhale my food and then end up with really bad stomach pains and a feeling of heartburn. Is that related to eating fast?
Great question. It definitely is, and it's very common. Everybody inhales their food, or fast food, right? It is actually called fast food. So yes, it's very common. So our digestion begins with our chewing. Supposedly you're supposed to chew your food 30 times every time before you actually pass it down, but hardly anybody does that. But if you just take a hunk of food and travel it through your esophagus and then it's in your stomach, that primary digestion with your saliva and the grinding of your teeth hasn't happened. So there's a lot of work that your stomach has to do that's extra work that it's not really equipped for. So you may have indigestion, you may also have foul-smelling stools, you may have a lot of gas and burping and passing wind, all of these things from just not chewing your food.
Interesting.
Yes.
I never would have associated chewing your food with all of that.
Yes.
You learn something new every day.
Yes.
All right. So our next question is, why are pregnant women more prone to indigestion? I think that was when you were talking about the sphincter or whatever, right?
Yes. So, well, 2 reasons for pregnant women. One is that because of their hormonal changes, their purse string of the sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach, it won't be quite as tight, so it's easier for food and acid to go back up the other way. The other thing is that they're developing a nice big tummy, so that pressure of the fetus inside is pushing on the stomach and forcing some of the contents back the other way sometimes. So it's a common problem in pregnancy. And a simple way to deal with that is to just elevate the head of the bed a little bit and eat small meals and try to get through it. Only 9 months.
Yes, I remember that. Not so fondly.
Yes.
All right. After a night of drinking and a late meal, I often wake up in the morning with acid reflux. Is this related? I think you were talking about that during the break.
Yes, it's related. So for so many reasons. First of all, you really probably weren't chewing very well. You were drinking a lot of alcohol. That causes gastritis, irritation of your stomach lining. You were probably eating some spicy foods. That also helped irritate your stomach lining. You maybe took a Motrin or an Advil. That irritated your stomach lining, and then you laid down. So your sphincter was already semi-open. All the food sloshed back along with the acid. So things changed, and you're probably not feeling very well. So slow down.
That was a hot mess right there.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question says, I have acid reflux. Does that mean I should avoid all citrus and tomatoes?
The foods that aggravate acid reflux are citrus, tomatoes, chocolate, coffee, spicy foods, and the citrus definitely does aggravate juices, so on. So try to limit those as you're healing. One of the things people commonly will do is drink milk, thinking that milk kind of will settle them down. It has a backwards effect. Initially, it may kind of help you with this calcium there. It may settle it down briefly, but then it causes a rebound in acid secretion, so you'll actually end up with more acid after you drink your milk. So it's not really a good thing to do permanently or long term.
Okay. Our last question asks, and I thought this one was kind of funny, can wearing tight-fitting clothes really be a cause of my indigestion? Those must be pretty tight clothes.
They're pretty tight, and it sure could be, especially if they're in the sort of belly area. People
like maybe a corset?
Like a corset. A corset or some sort of wraps. Actually, a lot of women do wear really tight wraps to try to keep their belly fat in, but the problem there is you can't breathe for one thing, and for another thing, your acid is being pushed up along with your food. So being compressed like that is not really very healthy for your digestion.
Okay, so any last words of advice for those people out there so that they can enjoy their holiday meals?
Do enjoy your holiday meals. Enjoy it so much. You deserve it. But just take it slow in small quantities and pace yourself.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks, Doc, for coming in again.
Thank you.
And Doc will be back again next week, and we're going to be talking about the funny bone and the different reflexes that we have. It was a surprise to both of us. So if you have any questions, send them in to healthyliving@kuam.com. Again, it's about the funny bone as well as different reflexes that we've got. So funny quirks right before Christmas. So make sure to